What if true alchemy isn't about turning lead into gold, but transforming yourself? For centuries, alchemy has been portrayed as the secret art of transmuting base metals into gold, a mystical science pursued by ancient sages and secret societies. But what if this interpretation barely scratches the surface? What if the real essence of alchemy isn't about wealth or material gain, but about something far more profound, the transformation of the self? Throughout history, mystics, philosophers, and spiritual seekers have understood alchemy as a metaphor for inner change. It's a process of breaking down, purifying, and elevating the human soul, an internal quest to dissolve the old, limiting self and emerge renewed, empowered, and awakened. True alchemy is the art of refining your consciousness, stripping away the layers of illusion, and revealing the gold that has always been within you. But transformation doesn't happen all at once. It moves through stages, 7 distinct portals of change, each one challenging, each one necessary. These portals serve as milestones in our personal evolution, guiding us from darkness to light, from ignorance to wisdom, and from fragmentation to wholeness. They represent the struggles and breakthroughs we must face in order to grow, offering us a structured path through the alchemical fire of change. What are these 7 portals? How do they shape our journey? And most importantly, how can we harness their power to transform not just our minds, but our very existence? If you're ready to unlock the secrets of inner alchemy, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a step in this journey. And I want to hear from you. Comment Alchemy Awakens below if you're ready to step into your transformation. Let's begin. The call of alchemy. Not everyone hears the call of alchemy. It isn't a path for the indifferent, the passive, or those who fear change. It is a summons for the restless souls, the seekers, the ones who feel an unexplainable fire burning within. A fire that whispers there is something more to life than what meets the eye. If you have ever felt like you were meant for something greater, like you are being pulled toward an unseen destiny, then you have already stepped onto the alchemical path. Alchemy is not a journey of comfort. It is not a gentle stream that carries you effortlessly toward enlightenment. It is a roaring river, demanding that you let go of the shore and surrender to its currents. It asks for courage, the kind of courage that allows you to walk into the unknown, leaving behind the familiar patterns that have kept you stagnant. Like a blacksmith forging steel, alchemy requires you to endure the heat of transformation, to be shaped, molded, and purified by the flames of experience. This is not a process for the faint of heart. It is for those who are willing to break, to shatter, and to rebuild themselves into something stronger, something truer. But courage alone is not enough. Alchemy also demands surrender, a willingness to strip away illusions and let go of what no longer serves you. Imagine a caterpillar dissolving inside its cocoon. It does not simply grow wings. It must first break itself down completely, becoming an unrecognizable liquid before taking on its new form. This is the essence of true transformation. You must be willing to let go of the identity you have clung to, the beliefs that have kept you safe but small, and the fears that whisper, "You are not ready." Alchemy is a process of becoming. But first, it is a process of unbecoming, shedding the old self so that the true self can emerge. This path is also one of deep introspection. To transform, you must first face yourself completely, with unflinching honesty. It is easy to look outward, to blame circumstances, to distract yourself with the noise of the world. But alchemy turns your gaze inward, forcing you to confront the shadows that lurk within. It is like standing before a mirror that reflects not just your face, but the depths of your soul, the fears, the wounds, the unspoken dreams. It is in this sacred act of self-examination that true magic begins to unfold. Many will turn away from this path, unwilling to face what lies within. But for those who accept the call, for those who dare to step forward, alchemy offers something greater than gold, greater than any material reward. It offers the chance to become who you were always meant to be. It is the key to unlocking your highest potential, to stepping fully into your power, and to living with a sense of purpose so strong that nothing can shake you. So ask yourself, do you feel the fire? Are you ready to walk through the flames, to surrender, to look within? If you are, then the journey begins now. The call of alchemy has been sounded. Will you answer? Portal 1. Negredo. Death of the old self. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, unfamiliar wilderness. Behind you lies everything you have ever known. Your beliefs, your habits, your identity. Ahead, there is only darkness, an abyss of uncertainty. This is the first stage of alchemy. Negredo, the blackening, the death of the old self. It is the breaking down of all that is false, all that has been built on shaky foundations. It is the dark night of the soul, where everything you thought was certain begins to crumble like an ancient temple struck by an earthquake. At first, this stage feels like destruction. It is the storm that rips through your life, toppling everything you once relied upon. The friendships that no longer align with your truth begin to fade. The career you once poured yourself into may suddenly feel empty. The beliefs you inherited, the ones that shaped your identity, start to feel like a prison rather than a home. This unraveling can be terrifying, like free falling with no parachute, but it is not without purpose. Chaos is not the enemy, it is the catalyst. Think of a caterpillar entering its cocoon. To the outside world, it looks like nothing is happening, but inside, an extraordinary transformation is taking place. The caterpillar does not simply grow wings, it must completely dissolve into a formless state before it can become something new. Negredo is this dissolution. It strips you of everything that is not truly you, melting away the layers of conditioning, fear, and illusion. It is painful, yes, but within that pain is the seed of something greater. The darkness of Negredo forces you to confront yourself in ways you never have before. The distractions that once kept you comfortable no longer work. The masks you wore to fit into the world begin to crack. You are left standing face to face with your raw, unfiltered truth. And this is where the real transformation begins. You must sit with the discomfort, feel the weight of your own thoughts, and allow the old self to burn away like a phoenix consumed by its own flames. Society teaches us to fear chaos, to resist it, to run from discomfort. But in alchemy, chaos is sacred. It is the breaking open, the necessary clearing of the old so that something new can emerge. If the seed does not break, the tree cannot grow. If the night does not fall, the dawn cannot rise. Negredo teaches that destruction is not the end, it is the beginning. This stage is not meant to punish you, it is meant to prepare you. Imagine an artist sculpting a masterpiece. Before the beauty can emerge, the excess stone must be chiseled away. In the same way, Negredo is the chisel that carves away all that is not essential, revealing the true self hidden beneath. It is a process of surrender, of allowing what is false to die so that what is real can take root. There will be moments in this stage when you feel lost, as if everything is falling apart. But falling apart is not failure. It is transformation in motion. The key is to trust the process, to understand that just because you cannot yet see the light does not mean it is not coming. Every great transformation begins in the dark. The seed must push through the soil before it can reach the sun. The night must deepen before the stars can shine. Negredo is not just about letting go. It is about making space. When you clear away the old, you create room for something new to be born. This stage asks you to embrace the unknown, to walk through the fire without knowing what lies on the other side. It requires courage, but within that courage lies freedom, the freedom to become something greater than you ever imagined. So if you find yourself in the midst of chaos, if life feels like it is unraveling at the seams, know that you are not being destroyed. You are being remade. This is your initiation, your first step into true alchemy. Let the old self fall away. Let the darkness do its work. On the other side of this void, something new is waiting to be born. The journey has begun. Portal 2. Albedo. Internal illumination. After the darkness of Negredo, where the old self crumbles, there comes a moment of stillness, a breath after the storm, a quiet after the destruction. This is Albedo, the whitening, the stage of purification. It is like stepping out of a dense, tangled forest into a vast open field where the air is clear, the sky is bright, and for the first time you can see without obstruction. But this clarity does not come from the outside world. It comes from within. It is the light that emerges when the dust of the past has settled, when the noise of old beliefs has faded, and you are left with nothing but yourself. Albedo is the phase of internal illumination, where self-reflection becomes the tool that polishes the soul. Imagine a mirror covered in dust and grime. If you have only ever looked at yourself through that distorted reflection, you have never truly seen yourself. This stage is about wiping the mirror clean, removing the residue of fear, doubt, and illusion, until the image staring back at you is pure and true. It is a process of washing away the confusion, letting go of the false stories you once believed, and allowing the light of self-awareness to reveal what has always been there. This purification does not happen through force, but through silence and introspection. In a world that is constantly shouting, constantly demanding attention, there is immense power in stillness. Imagine a pond stirred by a storm. The water is murky, the reflection distorted. But when the wind dies down, when the surface becomes still, the water clears, and the reflection becomes sharp and true. The same is true for the mind. When we remove distractions, when we step away from the constant noise of the world, we begin to see ourselves with newfound clarity. Silence is not emptiness. It is a doorway to understanding. It is in silence that the deepest realizations arise, like stars appearing in the night sky once the sun has set. In the quiet, we begin to notice the patterns that have shaped us, the cycles we have been repeating, the wounds we have been carrying, the truths we have been avoiding. This stage of alchemy requires patience, for illumination does not come in a single flash, but in gentle waves like the rising of the moon. With each moment of stillness, a little more light emerges, a little more truth is revealed. Self-reflection in Albedo is not about judgment or regret. It is about understanding. It is about looking at yourself not with harsh criticism, but with gentle awareness, as if you were watching a child learning to walk. You begin to see why you made the choices you did, why you held onto certain fears, why certain patterns played out in your life. And with that understanding comes something priceless, the power to change. Once you see clearly, you are no longer bound by the past. You are no longer a prisoner of unconscious habits. You become the artist of your own life, holding the brush with intention, painting a new reality with the colors of awareness. Albedo also teaches that purification is not about perfection. It is about alignment. It is not about erasing every flaw, but about recognizing what is truly yours and what was imposed upon you. It is about stripping away the unnecessary, like a sculptor chipping away at marble to reveal the masterpiece hidden within. The more you reflect, the more you listen to yourself in stillness, the more you begin to recognize your authentic essence, the self that is not shaped by fear or conditioning, but by truth and purpose. In this stage, awareness becomes your greatest tool. The more you observe yourself, the more you recognize the thoughts, habits, and beliefs that do not serve you. This is purification, not through external rituals, but through internal realization. You begin to replace reaction with response, unconsciousness with intention, and confusion with clarity. Where Negredo was the fire that burned away the old, Albedo is the water that cleanses, cools, and restores. It is the moment when you step out of the chaos and into serenity, when you realize that the answers you sought were never outside of you, but within, waiting to be seen. Through Albedo, the soul begins to shine. It is not a blinding, overpowering light, but a steady glow, like the first rays of dawn breaking through the darkness. This light does not come from an external source. It is your own inner radiance, uncovered through reflection, silence, and awareness. The more you embrace this process, the more you become attuned to your own wisdom, your own voice, your own truth. You no longer look outside for guidance. You listen inward, where the real answers reside. This is the power of Albedo. It is the illumination that comes after the storm, the clarity that follows the darkness. It is the moment when you realize that transformation is not just about letting go of the past, but about stepping fully into the present, awake, aware, and ready for what comes next. And as you stand in this newfound light, you realize that the journey is far from over, because illumination is only the beginning of something even greater. Portal 3. Understanding Universal Truths. As the inner light of Albedo grows brighter, a deeper realization begins to take root. Transformation is not just a personal journey, but a dance with forces far greater than the self. To truly evolve, one must understand the universal laws that shape reality, the unseen threads weaving through existence like the currents beneath the ocean's surface. These are not man-made rules, nor fleeting philosophies. They are the fundamental principles governing everything, from the motion of the stars to the thoughts within your mind. Just as a bird does not fight the wind but soars with it, aligning with these laws allows one to move effortlessly toward transformation. The first of these great truths is mentalism, the understanding that everything begins in the mind. The universe itself is a vast field of consciousness, and every thought is a seed, carrying the power to shape reality. Just as an architect envisions a building before the first stone is laid, everything that manifests in life first takes form in the unseen world of the mind. Most people move through life unaware of this truth, allowing unconscious beliefs to dictate their fate like a ship drifting aimlessly at sea. But when one masters mentalism, they become the captain of their own destiny, steering their thoughts with intention, crafting reality with clarity. This is the key to true change. Not forcing the outside world to shift, but shifting the inner world first. Then comes vibration, the law that nothing is truly still. Every being, every object, every thought is in constant motion, resonating at a specific frequency. Joy, love, and gratitude vibrate at higher levels, lifting the spirit like warm currents, rising in the sky, while fear, anger, and despair pull one downward like heavy stones sinking into the depths of the ocean. Understanding this law means recognizing that your emotions, thoughts, and even the people around you influence your state of being. If you wish to transform, you must raise your vibration, not by resisting negativity, but by choosing higher thoughts, surrounding yourself with energy that nurtures your growth, and tuning yourself like an instrument to the frequency of what you wish to attract. But thoughts and vibrations alone do not shape reality. There is also cause and effect, the great law of balance. Nothing happens by chance. Every action sends ripples across existence, returning in ways both seen and unseen. Like a stone tossed into a pond, every decision, no matter how small, creates waves that reach far beyond the point of impact. When one aligns with this law, they stop seeing life as random and begin to understand that they are the source of the energy they receive. If you plant seeds of kindness, you harvest joy. If you sow discord, you reap struggle. Mastering this law means taking responsibility, not as a burden, but as power, knowing that every choice shapes the path ahead. When these universal truths are understood, transformation accelerates. No longer is life a series of obstacles to overcome, but a grand symphony where you learn to play in harmony with the cosmic rhythm. Aligning with mentalism means mastering the mind and focusing thoughts with precision. Embracing vibration means choosing to elevate your energy, rising above lower states that drain and distort. Honoring cause and effect means taking ownership of every action, knowing that life mirrors back exactly what is given, like a river flowing effortlessly to the sea. When one moves with these laws rather than against them, growth becomes natural, inevitable, unstoppable. Most people struggle because they fight against these truths. They wish for change while feeding thoughts of doubt. They desire peace while surrounding themselves with turmoil. They plant seeds of negativity and expect flowers to bloom. But those who step through this portal recognize a deeper wisdom. To change your reality, you must first change yourself. The universe does not respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. And when you align with these principles, you do not just witness transformation, you become it. Portal 4. The power of the word. Words are not just sounds. They are forces, vibrations that shape the very fabric of reality. Every word spoken, whether aloud or in the silence of thought, is like a seed planted in the fertile soil of the universe. Some seeds grow into towering trees of strength and success, while others sprout into weeds of doubt and fear. The difference lies not in the soil, but in the intention behind the words. This is the power of the word, the ability to shape, create, and transform, simply by choosing what is spoken and what is left unsaid. From ancient scriptures to modern psychology, countless teachings affirm the same truth. Words have power. They are not empty vibrations, but carriers of meaning, shaping perception, belief, and experience. A single phrase of encouragement can ignite courage in a weary heart, while a careless insult can leave scars deeper than any blade. Words are like spells. When spoken with conviction, they cast reality into form. This is why affirmations are such powerful tools of transformation. They act like blueprints, instructing the subconscious mind on what to build. When you say, "I am strong, I am capable, I am worthy," you are not just speaking, you are commanding your reality to align with those truths. But just as words can build, they can also destroy. Negative self-talk is like poison, slowly corroding confidence, energy, and potential. The mind believes what it hears repeatedly, whether it is truth or falsehood. If you constantly say, "I can't," "I'm not good enough," or "this is impossible," those words become chains, locking you into limitation. Every word spoken is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. Are you painting a masterpiece or scribbling over your potential with doubt? This is why conscious speech is necessary. It is not just about speaking positively, it is about speaking with awareness. Every word should be chosen with intention, like an artist selecting colors for a great work of art. Words should uplift, inspire, and bring clarity, rather than clouding the mind with negativity and confusion. This includes not just what is said to others, but what is spoken within. Thoughts, too, are silent words, shaping the inner world long before they manifest in the outer. Understanding this truth means taking responsibility for every word uttered. It means speaking with purpose, thinking with clarity, and choosing words that reflect the life you wish to create. Those who master this portal understand that words are not mere sounds. They are tools, keys to unlocking new realities. To change your world, you must first change your words. Speak with intention, affirm your truth, and watch as reality bends to the power of your voice. Portal 5. Fusion of opposites. Life is a dance between opposites, light and dark, joy and sorrow, strength and vulnerability. Every force in the universe has its counterpart, and within each person exists this same duality. To reject one side is to live in imbalance, like a bird trying to fly with only one wing. True transformation comes not from choosing one and denying the other, but from integrating both, recognizing that light and dark are not enemies, but partners in growth. This is the essence of the fusion of opposites, the sacred alchemical process of uniting the seemingly contradictory forces within. The world teaches us to fear our darkness, to hide our anger, pain, and flaws beneath a polished exterior. But denying the shadow does not make it disappear. It only drives it deeper into the unconscious, where it controls us in unseen ways. The more we suppress our fears, the more they manifest in our lives in unexpected forms: self-doubt, resentment, destructive habits. Darkness, left unacknowledged, becomes a storm within, waiting for the right moment to erupt. The path to power is not through rejection, but through acceptance. The warrior who acknowledges their rage can channel it into strength. The healer who understands their wounds can bring true compassion. The artist who embraces their sorrow can turn it into beauty. Yet, embracing darkness alone is not the answer. Just as one must not suppress their shadow, they must also not become consumed by it. Light too must be nurtured, the spark of joy, the fire of love, the wisdom of hope. Without light, darkness becomes despair, a bottomless abyss. Without dark, light becomes shallow, lacking depth and meaning. The greatest strength comes from holding both, like the sun and the moon, each essential to the rhythm of life. Balance is the key to harmony. It is the still point between action and rest, between giving and receiving, between speaking and listening. When opposites are fused, they do not cancel each other out. They create something greater. Like fire and water combining to make steam, like day and night giving birth to time, the union of opposites creates transformation. The most powerful beings are not those who deny parts of themselves, but those who integrate them, standing in wholeness, unafraid of their own complexity. To master this portal is to embrace the totality of who you are, the shadow and the light, the flaws and the brilliance, the sorrow and the joy. It is to walk the path of the alchemist, turning inner conflict into wisdom, inner division into strength. When you accept all that you are, you become unstoppable because there is nothing left within you to fight, only energy, ready to be shaped into power. Portal 6. Inner Mastery and Self-Discovery. At the heart of transformation lies a truth that many spend a lifetime searching for. Everything you need is already within you. In a world that constantly tells us to look outward, to follow rules, seek approval, and fit into predefined roles, it is easy to forget that the greatest source of wisdom, clarity, and power resides within. This is the journey of inner mastery and self-discovery, the sacred process of peeling away the layers of conditioning to reveal the authentic self beneath. It is like unearthing a buried treasure, long hidden beneath the weight of expectations, beliefs, and fears that were never truly your own. Trusting your intuition is the first key to inner mastery. Intuition is often described as a quiet whisper, a subtle knowing that does not come from logic, but from a deeper, ancient wisdom within. It is the compass of the soul, pointing the way when the mind is lost in uncertainty. Yet in a world dominated by noise, opinions, distractions, endless streams of information, this inner voice is often drowned out. Most people have been taught to doubt it, to rely on external validation, rather than the certainty of their own spirit. But intuition is like a muscle. The more it is ignored, the weaker it becomes, and the more it is honored, the stronger it grows. When you begin to trust it, you find that it was guiding you all along, nudging you toward truth, toward alignment, toward the path meant for you. To reach true self-discovery, one must shed the layers of societal conditioning, the beliefs imposed from childhood, the expectations passed down through generations, the silent rules that dictate what is acceptable, respectable, or possible. Society shapes people like clay, molding them into versions that fit within its framework, often at the cost of their own authenticity. From an early age, individuals are taught what to believe, how to behave, what success looks like, and who they are supposed to be. But these are borrowed identities, hand-me-down masks that rarely reflect the truth of the soul. Breaking free from this conditioning is like stepping out of a fog and seeing the world with fresh eyes. Everything becomes clearer, more vibrant, more real. Yet this shedding is not easy. It requires courage to unlearn, to question, to stand apart. The moment one begins to break away from the norm, there is resistance, both from within and from others. The mind, conditioned to seek comfort in familiarity, clings to old patterns, whispering, "What if you're wrong?" The world, uncomfortable with those who refuse to conform, tries to pull them back into place. But true mastery comes from embracing individuality, from having the courage to walk your own path, even when it is unpaved and uncertain. The greatest minds, the most profound thinkers, the visionaries who changed history, were never those who followed blindly. They were the ones who listened to their own voice, even when it went against the tide. Inner mastery is not about reaching perfection. It is about becoming whole. It is about accepting every part of yourself, the strengths and the flaws, the wisdom and the lessons yet to be learned. It is about standing in your truth, unapologetically, without seeking permission or approval. When you strip away the illusions, the false identities, the expectations placed upon you. What remains is something pure, the real you, the version that existed before the world told you who to be. This is the power of self-discovery. It is not a destination, but a continuous unfolding, a journey of peeling back the layers, getting closer and closer to the core of who you are. And when you reach that core, when you embrace your intuition, trust your own wisdom, and live as your truest self, you unlock a power that cannot be shaken. You become the master of your own life, not controlled by external forces, but guided by the deep knowing that you are and have always been enough. Portal 7. The Philosopher's Stone. Ascension of spirit. At the peak of the alchemical journey lies the ultimate realization. You are the Philosopher's Stone. For centuries, seekers have searched for this legendary substance, believing it could turn lead into gold, grant eternal life, or unlock the deepest secrets of the universe. But the true meaning of the Philosopher's Stone is not found in physical alchemy. It is the awakening of the soul, the moment when one realizes their limitless creative power. It is the final transformation, the ascension of spirit, where the individual no longer feels separate from the universe, but understands they are a conscious creator within it. To reach this point is to see life differently, no longer a series of obstacles, hardships, or random events. Life becomes a vast, unfolding masterpiece, and you hold the brush. Every thought, every intention, every action shapes reality, just as a sculptor carves a statue from raw stone. The fears, doubts, and limitations that once defined you dissolve like mist in the morning sun, because you finally recognize you were never powerless, only unaware of your power. The Philosopher's Stone is not something outside of you to be found, but something within you to be realized. But this awakening is not an ending. It is a new beginning. Transformation is not a single event, but a continuous cycle, an eternal spiral of growth. Just as nature moves through the seasons, death in winter, rebirth in spring, flourishing in summer, and shedding in autumn, the soul moves through endless stages of renewal. Each realization leads to a new question, each peak to a new valley, each ending to another beginning. Those who walk the path of ascension understand that mastery is not about reaching a final point, but about embracing the ever-evolving nature of existence. True alchemy is becoming. It is stepping into your highest self, not as a final destination, but as a way of being. It is walking through life with the awareness that you are the creator, the transformer, the one who turns the ordinary into the extraordinary simply by the power of your perception and intention. The Philosopher's Stone is not gold, not immortality, not a hidden object waiting to be found. It is the awakened soul, the mind that sees no barriers, the heart that understands its infinite potential. And so, the journey continues, the cycle repeats. But once you have seen the truth, once you have touched the stone within, you are never the same. You walk with purpose, speak with intention, create with certainty. You are not just living, you are alchemizing every moment, turning experience into wisdom, fear into courage, and the self into something far greater than it was before. The journey through the 7 portals of alchemy is not just a mystical idea, it is a path that has the power to transform every aspect of life. From the Negredo, where the old self crumbles, to the Philosopher's Stone, where the awakened soul steps into its full creative power, each stage is a stepping stone toward mastery. Every challenge faced, every fear confronted, every truth accepted brings a deeper level of understanding, leading to a reality shaped by intention rather than circumstance. This is the art of true alchemy, not turning lead into gold, but transmuting pain into wisdom, confusion into clarity, and limitation into boundless potential. But this is not a journey reserved for the few. It is available to anyone with the courage to step into the fire of transformation. Every day, in the smallest choices, the alchemical path reveals itself. Do you resist change, or do you embrace it? Do you silence your inner voice, or do you trust it? Do you fear the darkness within, or do you integrate it into your strength? These questions are the keys to unlocking your own evolution. The more you engage with them, the more the path unfolds before you, revealing deeper truths and higher states of being. This is not the end. It is just the beginning. The 7 portals are not a final destination, but a continuous cycle of growth and awakening. Every ending leads to a new beginning. Every lesson mastered opens the door to greater wisdom. The more you align with these principles, the more you step into your own power, shaping your life with the precision of a master alchemist. You are not here to simply exist. You are here to create, evolve, and ascend into the highest version of yourself. If this journey has resonated with you, if you feel the fire of transformation stirring within, take the next step. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others who are ready to awaken. And in the comments below, type, "I am the alchemist," to affirm your commitment to this path. This is more than just a phrase. It is a declaration, a spell, a signal to the universe that you are ready to embrace the journey of self-mastery. The path is open. The transformation has already begun. Are you ready to step through the portal?